Hey, welcome back. It's great to be diving into this with you today, especially because it's something you specifically flagged for us.
Yeah.
Ozempic and muscle loss.
Right.
You sent over that article
Yeah.
about the heart shrinkage.
Mhm.
And honestly, that's got us all a little spooked.
Yeah, it is. It is concerning. I mean, Ozempic is just blown up
Right.
in popularity
Yeah.
for weight loss.
Yeah.
And while that's great, it's great to see people having success with weight loss.
Yeah.
You do have to remember, this was originally designed for managing type 2 diabetes.
Right.
And we're still learning about all the long-term effects when it's being used for weight loss.
Exactly. And that's what makes this University of Alberta study so interesting.
Yeah.
They found Ozempic actually led to a decrease in heart muscle mass in mice.
Yeah.
Not just obese mice, lean mice too.
Right. And what's even more interesting is this decrease in heart muscle mass. It wasn't just localized to the heart.
No.
They saw evidence of it being a systemic effect,
Okay.
meaning it could be impacting muscle throughout the body.
Okay.
And they even saw similar results
Wow.
in human heart cells that they studied in the lab.
Okay, hold on. Systemic effect. Can you break that down for me a little more?
Sure. So a systemic effect means that something is impacting the entire body, not just a specific area. So in this case, it suggests Ozempic isn't just acting on the heart, but potentially on all types of muscle.
So it's not just like our biceps and quads potentially shrinking,
Right.
but like a vital organ like our heart. That's pretty alarming.
And what's even more unsettling is this Lancet commentary that you mentioned,
Right.
where they found up to 40% of the weight loss
Wow.
from this class of drugs could be muscle mass.
Yeah, that's a key point. And you compare that to muscle loss from just typical dieting
Right.
or aging.
Yeah.
It's significantly higher.
Okay. Now, I know we tend to think of muscle as purely for aesthetics
Yeah.
or like athletic performance.
Yeah.
But can we talk about why losing muscle is actually a big deal for overall health? Absolutely. And here's where things get really fascinating. Think of your muscles as this amazing internal protein bank.
Okay.
When you get sick or injured, your body can tap into those muscle stores to help you heal and recover.
Oh.
If you're losing muscle, you're essentially depleting those reserves.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
That's crucial.
And that's just one piece of the puzzle. Muscle is also essential for regulating blood sugar,
Okay.
which is a major factor in preventing diabetes.
Right.
The more muscle you have, the better your body is at managing those blood sugar levels.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of ironic considering Ozempic is meant to help with diabetes, but potentially could be contributing to a condition it's trying to prevent if it leads to significant muscle loss.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It seems like we're starting to uncover some really complex trade-offs here.
Mm-hmm.
What else does muscle do for us that we might not realize?
Well, muscles do a lot more than just sit there looking good.
Right.
They also release these signaling molecules called myokines.
Okay.
Think of them like little messengers that help boost your immune system
Okay.
and fight off infections.
Wow.
So they're essential for staying healthy and resilient.
Okay, this is blowing my mind. Muscles are like these silent superheroes.
Yeah.
Working to keep us healthy in so many ways. So knowing this, what does it mean if someone is taking Ozempic and potentially losing muscle?
Right.
Seems like that could have some pretty significant downstream effects.
You're absolutely right. That's why we're unpacking all of this for you today. And it's why this next part of our discussion is so important.
Okay.
What can you do about it?
Yeah.
How do you protect your muscles if you're considering or already using Ozempic?
Right. Okay, so we've established that muscle plays a really vital role in our overall health.
Mhm.
And losing it can have some pretty serious consequences. So let's get practical. If someone's taking Ozempic, what steps can they take to protect their muscles?
Well, the good news is we're not powerless
Yeah.
in this situation. There are things we can do. And just like with any weight management strategy, it's important to focus on body composition, not just the number on the scale.
Yeah.
You want to lose fat, not muscle.
Right. That makes a lot of sense considering what we've learned about the potential for muscle loss with Ozempic. So how do we do that? Where do we even begin?
2 words: nutrition and exercise.
Okay.
These are your most powerful tools.
Okay, let's break those down.
Sure.
Starting with nutrition, what should someone taking Ozempic be focusing on in their diet?
So when it comes to protecting and building, muscle protein is your best friend.
Okay.
Make sure you're getting enough high-quality protein
Okay.
in your diet.
Okay.
Think lean meats, fish, beans, lentils, all those good sources.
So it's not just about like cutting calories and hoping for the best.
Right.
It's about making sure you're getting the right nutrients to support that muscle health.
Exactly. And if you're struggling to get enough protein through food alone, protein supplements can be helpful. But I always recommend working with a healthcare professional
Okay.
or a registered dietitian
Right.
to figure out what's right for you.
Yeah.
They can help you personalize a plan to meet your needs.
Personalized guidance is so important. It's not one size fits all. Now let's talk about exercise. We know staying active is important for overall health. But what kind of exercise is best for preserving that muscle mass?
Specifically, resistance training is key here.
Okay.
Now, this could mean hitting the gym and lifting weights, but it doesn't have to be that intense. You can use resistance bands. You could do body weight exercises like push-ups and squats,
Yeah.
even just working with lighter weights at home. The important thing is to challenge your muscles.
So it's not just about going for a walk or doing cardio.
Right.
You need to actually like work those muscles against resistance.
Precisely. Resistance training is what signals your body to hold on to that precious muscle mass,
Okay.
especially when you're in a weight loss phase. And if you've already experienced a muscle loss, resistance training is critical for rebuilding.
Okay, so for those who maybe have already experienced muscle loss,
Yeah.
is there anything different that they should be doing?
It's all about ramping up the focus on those two pillars we've been talking about,
Okay.
nutrition and exercise. So you really want to make sure you're getting enough protein. We're talking about 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily.
Okay, that's a specific target.
Yep.
Now, are all proteins created equal?
Well, complete proteins, the ones with all 9 essential amino acids. Those are the MVPs of muscle building.
Uh-huh.
You find them in animal products like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy.
Okay.
But you can get them from plant sources too, like soy, quinoa, and buckwheat.
Variety is the spice of life and apparently muscle building too. And how about the exercise side of things? Any specific tips for those really focused on rebuilding muscle?
Well, it's more about working all of your major muscle groups rather than specific exercises.
Okay.
So think legs, back, chest, shoulders, arms. The whole package.
Compound exercises, the ones that involve multiple joints and muscle groups, those are especially effective.
So moves like squats and lunges and push-ups and rows.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, you don't have to go from 0 to 60. You can start with body weight variations and gradually increase the resistance as you get stronger.
Right. Gradual progress. Now, we've talked a lot about protecting muscle and rebuilding muscle, but I'm curious, what are some of the other factors besides Ozempic that can contribute to muscle loss?
That's a great question. And it highlights that this is a broader conversation
Right.
than just one medication.
Yeah.
One of the biggest factors is simply aging. As we get older, we naturally start to lose muscle mass. It's a process called sarcopenia.
So even if we're not on Ozempic, we're kind of fighting this uphill battle.
In a way, yes. But that doesn't mean we throw in the towel.
Right.
Regular exercise, especially that resistance training we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and a protein-rich diet can help slow down that process
Okay.
and keep us strong and functional as we age. That's reassuring. Makes you want to go hit the gym right now.
It's never too late to start.
Right.
Another big culprit is inactivity. Our bodies are incredibly adaptive.
Okay.
If you don't use your muscles, you lose them.
So even if we're eating all the right things but spending the majority of our day sitting down,
Yeah,
we can still lose muscle.
that's right.
Okay.
So find ways to move more throughout your day, even if it's just walking during phone calls or taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Got it. Move it or lose it. Now, are there any medical conditions that can lead to muscle loss?
Yes,
Yeah.
a number of chronic illnesses like cancer, HIV/AIDS, kidney disease, heart failure
Wow.
can all contribute to muscle loss.
Yeah.
So it's crucial to work with your healthcare team
Yeah.
if you're managing a chronic illness
Yeah.
to come up with a plan that addresses your individual needs.
So again, personalized guidance is essential.
Yeah.
What about just nutrition in general? Does our diet play a role in muscle loss beyond just protein intake?
Absolutely. If you're not getting enough calories overall or enough of those essential vitamins and minerals, your body can struggle to build and maintain muscle.
So it's not just about like eating enough. It's about eating the right things, making sure you're getting those nutrients.
Right.
Okay, this is a lot to think about.
It is, but knowledge is power, right?
Speaking of things that can impact our health, I want to touch on something I think we often overlook.
Yeah.
Stress. Can stress actually contribute to muscle loss? Stress. You're telling me stress can actually make my muscles disappear?
It's true. When you're stressed out, your body pumps out this hormone
Okay.
called cortisol.
Okay.
Now, cortisol is important
Mm-hmm.
for survival,
Yeah.
but when it's chronically elevated, it can start breaking down muscle tissue for energy.
So even if I'm like doing everything else right,
Right.
eating enough protein, hitting the gym,
Yeah.
if I'm like a stress case, I
Mhm.
could still be losing muscle.
That's a key point. Managing stress is just as important for muscle health as diet and exercise. So think about incorporating things like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, anything that helps you chill out.
Okay, so stress management. Got it. Wow, this has been a real eye-opener. We've covered so much ground today.
Yeah.
From that initial study on Ozempic and heart muscle
Right.
to this broader conversation about muscle loss in general. I feel like we've really unpacked this issue from all angles.
I agree. And I think it's great that we've been able to move beyond just like the headlines and really dive into the nuances of this topic.
Right, exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key takeaways you want our listener to walk away with?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important to remember that while Ozempic can be an effective tool for weight loss, it's not without its potential downsides, like the potential for muscle loss that we've been discussing.
Right. Every decision has trade-offs.
Exactly.
And it's really crucial to have all of the information so you can make an informed choice.
Absolutely. That's why it's so important to have open and honest conversations with your healthcare provider.
Mm-hmm.
They can help you assess your individual risks and benefits
Yeah.
and monitor you closely.
Personalized guidance is so crucial.
It is.
Now, beyond Ozempic, I think the biggest takeaway for me is how vital muscle is for our overall health. It's not just about aesthetics
Right.
or
Right.
athletic performance.
Exactly. Muscle plays a critical role in so many bodily processes,
Right.
from metabolism and hormone regulation to immune function and injury recovery.
Wow.
It even impacts our mental health.
Really?
We need to start viewing muscle as a vital organ
Okay.
that we need to protect.
Like our heart and our lungs and our brain.
Exactly.
Wow. It's like this hidden superhero.
Yeah.
Working behind the scenes to keep us healthy and functioning at our best.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to another crucial takeaway.
Okay.
We have to be proactive
Okay.
about preserving our muscle mass,
Okay.
whether we're taking Ozempic or not, making sure we're getting enough protein.
Yeah.
And incorporating resistance training into our routines are essential.
So it's not just about mitigating potential side effects of medication.
Right.
It's about embracing a lifestyle that supports muscle health
Exactly.
as a foundation.
For overall well-being.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Okay, good.
And the good news is,
Yeah.
it's never too late to start.
Okay.
Even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Now, before we say goodbye,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listener with a final thought. Knowing what you know now about the potential for muscle loss associated with Ozempic, how might this information influence your decisions about weight loss strategies and medications in general?
That's a great question.
Right.
It's a great question to reflect on. Would you approach things differently?
Right.
What questions would you ask your healthcare provider?
Yeah.
Would you make any changes to your diet or exercise routine?
It's all about being informed
Right.
and making the best choices for you. These are all important things to consider. Remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
The more informed you are, the better equipped you are to make choices that support your long-term health and well-being.
Well said.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you.
Likewise.
And to our listener, we hope this information empowers you to take control of your health and make informed decisions that are right for you. Until next time.
See you on our next deep dive.